Welcome to my new series, Hit Piece, where I make fun of people because you told me to and I'm jealous of them. Today's first entry is on... crap. Hard to hurt. I don't know who that is. First thing that stands out is a paid advertisement, so he's rubbing it in already.
So karate sucks for fighting and self-defense. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Wait, I do know him. I didn't know Bill Burr did Muay Thai.
Karate spends a lot of time doing shit that's not really related to fighting. All martial arts do this. In Muay Thai, they cast spells before every fight.
4 seconds into Bill Burr's routine, there's already a problem. This is something I actually do too, so I'm not going to be too mean about it, but he's conflating fighting and self-defense. They're not the same thing. I take his point. It is true there's a lot of stuff in karate that isn't required to learn how to fight or do self-defense. We don't have to do the bowing, we don't have to learn another language. It is all traditional. It is hierarchical in ways that a regular gym wouldn't have to be. So yeah, fair enough. Why is everyone hating on the Y crew though? I'd be stealing someone's thunder, so I'm not going to go into that. But like, yeah, they're not casting a spell.
In boxing, they've got a speed bag.
Using a speed bag definitely isn't punching somebody in the face, so okay, I get it. But does that mean that strength training, which isn't punching somebody in the face, is even further removed from a combat skill? Does that mean that's also not important for training to go into the ring and fight or defend yourself?
And in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, they sit around sharing BJJ memes.
I've never done BJJ, so I can't comment.
But training time is a finite thing, and karate spends way too much of it on nonsense like kata.
This guy doesn't follow Patrick McCarthy.
Yeah, no, I don't believe any of that. Chambering your fist to your hip, I don't believe that it really means that you're pulling the other guy.
Or Ian Abernathy.
Come up with. At best, that was probably some device they used to try to teach people to throw from the hip and to turn their punches over for power. And it just stuck because, you know, in ancient times, information didn't travel around that well.
Or Jesse Enkamp.
What's up, karate nerds? I'm Jesse from karatebyjesse.com, aka the Karate Nerd. But the best channel on YouTube for self-defense is Hard to Hurt.
Okay, I guess he follows Jesse and has a crush on him, but he doesn't believe what he says about kata.
One of the most important things you can learn when it comes to fighting or self-defense is like how to take a punch and keep your composure.
Yeah, I agree with that. My karate teacher does too. That's where I heard it first.
You can't point to the masters to illustrate something's efficacy. You need to look to the novice. Look at a guy who's been doing karate for 6 months versus a guy who's been doing wrestling or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 6 months. What do you think is going to happen?
I actually think that's a great point, and I've never said anything like it before, but there's so much that goes into that. The rules of the game determining, hey, this is the way that you play, these are the skills that you have to build, and whether or not you can drill those skills against somebody who is fully resisting, all that's a factor. One thing I should say, a friend and teacher talks about anybody can get a lucky punch. Almost nobody has ever gotten a lucky armbar in the history of anything ever, right? So there is a difference in the proficiency threshold for striking versus grappling or wrestling. Like, how long do you need to train to be dangerous at something? That does actually vary based on the skill that you're training.
Place. And this is my favorite part of the video because all the angry little dorks have already left their angry little dork comment down below without watching the whole video to get to the real point.
Nuh-uh. I'm actually totally on board with what he's saying here and the idea behind it. The way that you train something is what matters, not necessarily like whether or not you're training a particular thing. That said, he keeps saying fight. And is it a fight that we're talking about in a ring with rules, or is it a self-defense encounter where the expectations, the desires, and the goals should all be different? overall, I think his point here is well taken. I agree with most of what he said, although he is leaving out people within the karate world who are trying to correct the issues that he's identified. On to the next. I thought that beeping was him swearing. Turns out it's his time clock.
You gotta get in there with something. Nice job. Thank you.
To beat Bill Maher, just wait till he's gassed and then heckle him. Who's that dude in the background, by the way?
It's always worked for me until I sparred with this guy. And not only was he keeping me away from him, he was keeping me away from him with kicks. Like round kicks.
I've never kickboxed in the ring, but I knew what he was about to talk about just from the introduction.
So if I throw my kick here, there's a clear entry point. If I can bend my knee and instead of come sideways with my kick where I hit you and you move off on a 90-degree angle, I'm gonna bend my knee and I'm gonna push you back on a 45.
Here's the other real legit critique in this video, and this is kind of somebody else's critique already. I asked a friend and teacher who has extensive Muay Thai and kickboxing experience, hey, is this like niche or hidden knowledge at all? And he said, no, it's absolutely basic Muay Thai mechanics. So maybe Mike is playing dumb for the sake of the video and building Varga up here, but if he's being genuine and saying he had no idea about this thing, it's basic knowledge for the thing that you're doing teaching, dude.
Good news, Mike, you're done. Oh, wait. There's one more.
You go. What do you want? Toast. Now I got bottom face. I got those. As long as you can push. Come on, coach. Hey.
So yeah, I mean, I think I called this a hit piece, and I'm probably gonna disappoint half the people here right now. I don't disagree with Mike on a lot of what he said, and now I'm gonna disappoint the other half of everybody. Nor do I think making fun of him based on some videos where he has to be as reductive as possible to reach the largest audience is really that fair. So I bear nobody ill will. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing me be stupid for a couple minutes. So bye.